Jeepika is living the dream of many young girls. She is a Kumari, which translates as princess, but means much more than that. A Kumari is the embodiment of a Hindu goddess. Despite her divine status, Jeepika still has to learn to read and write. That Kumaris go to school is a new development. Until recently, they had to stay in the temple so they would not risk hurting themselves. Because if a Kumari sheds blood, the deity is said to leave her body. We pray to her, not here of course, but during ceremonies at the temple. I myself have knelt down before her and felt her divine blessing. Jeepika's time as a goddess is limited. When she enters puberty, she will lose her holy status. All the children want to be friends with her. Why? Because she's a Kumari, her best friend tells us. But the Kumari herself is too shy to tell us what it feels like to be divine. After some prompting from her teacher, she utters a few words in English.
Good morning. Hello. Hello. May I go?
Perhaps her mind is on her next appearance at the temple. Sumana spent many years there as a Kumari. But when she was a child, she was not allowed to attend school. Sumana received instruction in the temple. She had no classmates to play with, but has fond memories of those years all the same. It was so quiet and peaceful in the temple, and everyone worshipped me. I was something special. I enjoyed that. Then I was suddenly outside again as a completely normal girl, and that was a shock. I sometimes wish I could be a Kumari again. Sumana managed to make the transition. She is married and has 2 sons. Many Nepalese men do not want to marry a former Kumari. That is said to bring misfortune. That didn't matter to me. All that goddess stuff never interested me. I just fell in love with Sumana and never saw anything besides a wonderful woman in her. Sumana and her husband are active in the Maoist party, which is strong in Nepal. They only have different views when it comes to religion. I don't believe in any gods. I'm an atheist. That's also my party's line. That's his opinion, but I still believe in the gods. And I pray to them for the health of my husband and my children. She also prayed for an election victory. Sumana ran for the Maoist party in a local election. But her opponent won. Sumana's status as a former goddess evidently did not give her an advantage. The people have decided. But I will run again. I stand for women's rights and better living conditions. That's especially needed here in the royal city of Bhaktapur, which was hit by an earthquake in 2015. It's Saturday morning. Jeepika is heading to the temple with her family. On special days, thousands come to her, but only a handful of people are expected today. Before receiving them, Jeepika has to get changed, something she has done many times since becoming a Kumari 2 years ago. The priests came to our house. They rubbed a powder onto her forehead. They said that if it did not make her ill, then she would become a Kumari. The other candidates became ill, but Jeepika remained healthy. She makes her appearance, not as Jeepika, but as a Kumari. She isn't the only Kumari in Nepal. There are around a dozen of them. But the local priests think she is the most powerful one, as she fulfills all of the 32 criteria so perfectly.
अलि कठिनै हुन्छ भनौँ यो कुनै
For instance, a Kumari may not have any wounds or scars. Her forehead should be high. Her feet must have a particular shape. And she must have a beaming face. The believers have brought offerings and are watching what the Kumari does with them. If she refuses the food, poverty might threaten the donor. If she trembles, this might mean imprisonment. And if she cries, this could mean illness or even death. I believe that my prayer will be answered, but I cannot say what it is, because then it will not be fulfilled. Sumana has also come to receive a blessing and to offer a silent prayer. She is convinced that a Kumari's blessings are effective. When I was a Kumari, in one instance I healed a boy. He was seriously ill. I held a flower over his face and blessed him. Then he got better. At the end, Jibika's father and mother also received blessings and asked the Kumari to be good to their daughter once she no longer inhabits her body. They hope Jibika will have a bright future. We would like her to become a doctor so she can continue to heal people. We will do everything we can to ensure she gets a good education. If Jibika manages not to hurt herself while playing, she will remain a Kumari for the next 6 or 7 years. After that, she will face a challenge perhaps greater than any she will have faced as a goddess. She will have to fight for her place in the normal world.